Hello, everyone. Finland is a breathtaking country known for its serene lakes, magical northern lights, dense forests, innovative cities, and rich culture. Helsinki, a journey through the heart of the north. Helsinki rises from the sea like a quiet dream, its skyline a gentle blend of past and future, of stone and glass, of forests and spires. The capital of Finland, nestled on the edge of the Baltic Sea, is a city that breathes in rhythm with the seasons, a place where the cold sharpens the soul and the light of summer unfurls a vibrant energy like nowhere else. Founded in 1550 by King Gustav I of Sweden, Helsinki was originally intended as a trading rival to Tallinn across the Gulf of Finland. Yet for centuries, it remained a modest, struggling settlement battered by wars, plagues, and poverty. It wasn't until the 18th century, with the construction of the massive Suomenlinna sea fortress, that Helsinki began to find its footing. The fortress, built over several islands, remains one of the city's crown jewels, a testament to resilience and strategic importance, and today a peaceful escape where past and present coexist in perfect harmony. The shift from small outpost to grand capital came in the early 19th century. After Finland was ceded from Sweden to Russia in 1809, Tsar Alexander I moved the Finnish capital from Turku to Helsinki. The city was redesigned with imperial grandeur by German architect Carl Ludwig Engel. The result is Senate Square, a vast, open space crowned by the imposing white Helsinki Cathedral, a stunning example of neoclassical elegance that still anchors the city's identity. Through the 19th and early 20th centuries, Helsinki grew alongside the rise of Finnish national consciousness. Artists, writers, and musicians poured into the city, forging a new cultural identity distinct from both Swedish and Russian influence. Figures like Jean Sibelius, whose symphonies evoke the deep forests and lakes of Finland, became heroes of a nation finding its voice. Helsinki's story through the 20th century is one of resilience. The city endured the turmoil of the Finnish Civil War in 1918, the Winter War against the Soviet Union in 1939, and heavy bombing during World War II. Yet even in hardship, Helsinki grew stronger. It rebuilt, it reimagined itself, and by the 1952 Summer Olympics, it stood ready to show the world a confident, modern Finland. Today, Helsinki is a city like no other. It pulses with life, creativity, and a profound connection to nature. Its streets are clean, its air fresh, its people quietly resilient. In Helsinki, life moves at a different pace, thoughtful, unhurried, deeply in tune with the environment and the community. The architecture of Helsinki reflects its layered history. The neoclassical grandeur of Senate Square sits comfortably beside the Art Nouveau treasures of districts like Katajanaka and Aira. Buildings curve and flow with organic, nature-inspired forms, a style called Jugendstil, which Helsinki embraced wholeheartedly in the early 20th century. But Helsinki is not a city stuck in the past. Modern masterpieces like the Udi Central Library, a sweeping vision of wood, glass, and steel, showcase Helsinki's commitment to design, innovation, and public life. Designed as the living room of the city, Udi offers books, 3D printers, music studios, and open spaces where people of all ages come together. It symbolizes the egalitarian spirit of Finland, knowledge, culture, and community available to all. Design is everywhere in Helsinki. It's not just in the grand structures or famous labels like Marimekko or Itala. It's in the thoughtful details of everyday life, the functional beauty of trams gliding through the streets, the clever design of public benches, the art integrated into metro stations, the careful planning of neighborhoods to encourage both beauty and community. In 2012, Helsinki was named World Design Capital, a recognition of a culture where aesthetics and functionality are part of life's fabric. The city's neighborhoods each offer a different flavor. The historic center, with its wide boulevards and grand buildings, contrasts with the bohemian charm of Kallio, once a working-class district now alive with bars, thrift stores, and art spaces. Turku offers quiet, leafy streets and proximity to lakes and parks. The revitalized waterfronts of Jätkäsaari and Kalasatama show Helsinki's forward-looking urban development, smart, sustainable, and human-centered. Food in Helsinki is undergoing a quiet revolution. Traditional Finnish cuisine, hearty, rustic, drawn from the sea, forests, and fields, is being reinterpreted by a new generation of chefs. Restaurants like Oulu, Gran, and Nala focus on seasonal, local ingredients and sustainable practices. Yet some of the best experiences are humble. A plate of fresh salmon soup at the old market hall, a cinnamon-scented korvapusti from a cozy cafe, or a warm bowl of porridge on a cold morning. The heartbeat of Helsinki is found in its culture. Music, art, design, and festivals mark the rhythm of the year. The Helsinki Festival brings a celebration of arts each August. Flow Festival transforms an old power station into a mecca of music and creativity. In winter, Lux Helsinki bathes the city in stunning light installations. Museums like the Atheneum, Kiasma, and Amos Rex offer spaces where history, modern art, and futuristic imagination collide. Education is one of Finland's proudest achievements, and Helsinki is its showcase. Public schools are free and among the best in the world, emphasizing creativity, critical thinking, and well-being. The University of Helsinki, founded in 1640, remains one of Europe's leading institutions, its beautiful campus woven into the fabric of the city. Life in Helsinki is marked by a profound appreciation for balance, between work and life, between nature and urbanity, between individuality and community. It's a place where one can attend a cutting-edge tech conference in the morning, wander through a silent forest in the afternoon, and end the day with friends at a seaside sauna, watching the sun linger on the horizon long past midnight. Helsinki is a city of contrasts and harmonies, where ancient sea fortresses guard bustling harbors, where sleek trams hum past old stone churches, where laughter echoes through quiet parks, and where the darkest winters give way to the brightest summers. It is a city that doesn't shout to be noticed but rewards those who take the time to listen. To love Helsinki is to embrace its seasons, its silences, its honest beauty. It's to feel the pulse of a city that has weathered storms, that has crafted itself carefully, thoughtfully, passionately. It's to walk along the harbor at sunset, feeling the cool Baltic air on your face, and understand that you are part of a larger, timeless story, one of resilience, creativity, and quiet wonder. In the end, Helsinki is not just a place to visit. It's a place to feel, to breathe, to belong. It invites you not to rush, but to stay a while, to see not just with your eyes, but with your heart. And if you do, you may find that, even long after you've left, a part of you remains walking those quiet streets, lingering on the sea breeze, forever touched by the soul of Helsinki. Espoo, where nature and innovation dance together. Nestled on Finland's southern coast, where dense forests meet the open Baltic Sea, lies a city of quiet beauty and vibrant spirit, Espoo. As the second-largest city in Finland, Espoo defies easy categorization. It is not a dense urban jungle, nor is it a sleepy rural escape. Instead, it is something uniquely its own, a living tapestry where wild nature and world-class innovation grow side by side, each nourishing the other in a harmony that feels almost magical. Ancient roots beneath modern streets. Long before Espoo became a modern city, these lands were home to ancient peoples who fished the rich waters, hunted the deep forests, and carved a life from the Finnish wilderness. Archaeological finds suggest human settlement in the Espoo region dating back more than 9,000 years, a testament to the enduring allure of this landscape. The first written mentions of Espoo appear in the 15th century. In those days, it was a modest collection of farming villages scattered across rolling meadows and lockshores. The name Espoo is believed to derive from the Swedish word espa, es meaning aspen and e meaning river. The name fits perfectly. Even today, the shimmering leaves of aspen trees line many of Espoo's lakes and streams, whispering ancient secrets in the breeze. For centuries, Espoo was a quiet, rural municipality under Swedish and later Russian rule. Life revolved around agriculture, fishing, and small-scale industry. The old Espoo Cathedral, a beautiful stone church built in the 1480s, still stands as a silent witness to those early days, a symbol of endurance and faith across centuries of change. A city grows with the nation. Espoo remained a largely rural backwater until the mid-20th century. After Finland gained independence in 1917 and especially after World War II, the country began to modernize rapidly. Helsinki, the capital just next door, grew fast, and Espoo soon found itself swept into the current of urban expansion. What followed was a remarkable transformation. Fields and forests gave way to neighborhoods and business centers. The city invested heavily in infrastructure, schools, parks, and public services. Today, Espoo is a major economic engine for Finland, home to leading universities, tech companies, and research institutions. Yet it has never lost its soul. Unlike many rapidly growing cities, Espoo has managed to preserve its connection to nature, ensuring that forests, lakes, and seashores remain accessible to all. 5 centers, 1 spirit. Espoo's urban structure is unusual. Instead of a single, dense downtown, the city is organized into 5 major centers: Espoon Keskus, Tapiola, Leppävaara, Matinkalolari, and Espoonlahti. Each has its own flavor, its own history, and its own community spirit. Espoon Keskus is the administrative heart, home to the city government and the historic Espoo Cathedral. Here, old and new blend in a quiet, reflective way, a place of libraries, schools, and slow rivers. Tapiola, often called the Garden City, is a masterpiece of mid-20th century urban planning. Designed in the 1950s, Tapiola was envisioned as a model for harmonious living, where architecture, green spaces, and community life were perfectly balanced. Even today, walking through Tapiola feels like stepping into a dream of thoughtful modernism: open plazas, leafy parks, low-rise apartments, and artistic touches at every turn. Despite their differences, these 5 centers are bound together by a shared Espoo spirit: practical, innovative, close to nature, and always looking forward. Nature's masterpiece. Nature is not just something you visit in Espoo. It's something you live with every day, in every season. Espoo is also a city of water. The coastline is dotted with beaches, rocky coves, and marinas. Inland, over 90 lakes ripple across the landscape, from tiny forest ponds to larger bodies like Lake Bodom and Lake Nuuksio. In summer, swimming, kayaking, and picnicking by the water are favorite pastimes. In winter, the lakes freeze solid, and the brave, or the perhaps slightly crazy, locals carve skating tracks across their surfaces. Wherever you are in Espoo, nature is never more than a short walk away. Innovation and imagination. Espoo isn't just about beautiful scenery. It's also one of the most important centers of innovation in Europe. The beating heart of Espoo's tech and research scene is Otaniemi, home to Aalto University, Finland's top technical and design institution, and a cluster of high-tech companies, startups, and research institutes. Companies like Nokia, Rovio, the creators of Angry Birds, and many others have their roots here. The spirit of innovation runs deep. In Otaniemi, young engineers, scientists, designers, and entrepreneurs dream up new technologies that shape the world, from clean energy solutions to game-changing digital apps. The atmosphere is electric, fueled by collaboration, curiosity, and a belief in the power of ideas. Nearby, Kielaniemi rises with gleaming corporate towers, a testament to Espoo's economic muscle. Here, major companies manage global operations, while just a few minutes away, university students sketch radical new designs in campus cafes. In Espoo, the future is not some distant goal. It's something being built, tested, and launched every single day. Culture woven into life. Art and culture infuse Espoo's everyday life. The city is home to MMA, the Espoo Museum of Modern Art, located in the old Wayland Plus Goose printing house. Emma's bright, open spaces host thought-provoking exhibitions that range from contemporary Finnish artists to international stars. Music fills the air at the Espoo Cultural Center, where orchestras, choirs, and performers bring life to Tapiola's heart. Throughout the year, Espoo's festival calendar overflows with events. The Espoo Cine International Film Festival, April Jazz, Espoo Day celebrations, and many more. Public art is everywhere: sculptures in parks, murals on walls, art installations tucked into unexpected corners. It's a quiet reminder that in Espoo, creativity is not confined to galleries. It's part of the landscape, seasons of the soul. Life in Espoo moves with the rhythm of the seasons, each bringing its own moods, its own colors, its own magic. Spring arrives slowly, almost shyly, as snow melts into rushing streams and the first brave flowers push through the thawing earth. Trees burst into green, and the air smells fresh and new. People emerge from their winter cocoons, cycling, walking, smiling more readily under the growing sun. Summer in Espoo is a festival of light. Days stretch endlessly, with the sun barely dipping below the horizon. Beaches fill with families, parks host open-air concerts, and ferries carry sun-kissed passengers to archipelago islands. The world feels wide open, and every moment is infused with golden joy. Autumn brings a quieter, richer beauty. The forests blaze with red, gold, and orange as the leaves turn. The air grows crisp, and lakes mirror the flaming colors of the trees. It's a season for reflection, for cozy cafes, for long walks through rustling woods. Winter transforms Espoo into a world of snow and silence. The city glows with holiday lights, ice skating rinks open, and skiers glide across frozen lakes. Yet even in the deep cold, warmth abounds, in saunas, in homes, in hearts. Each season paints Espoo in different hues, yet the spirit remains constant, resilient, joyful, deeply connected to the land and each other. Tampere, the city between two lakes. Somewhere between the sparkling waters of Lake Näsijärvi and Lake Pyhäjärvi, where the currents of the Tamerkoski Rapids carve a path through time and history, lies a city unlike any other, Tampere. It is a city born from water and stone, fire and dreams. A place where ancient forests meet red brick factories, where modern innovation hums alongside echoes of industrial revolution, and where art, technology, and raw, natural beauty weave together in a vibrant tapestry of life. Tampere is not just a city. It is a story, one that stretches from ancient hunter-gatherers to cutting-edge tech wizards, from steam engines to startups, from silent snowfalls to roaring rock concerts. It is a story of resilience, creativity, and heart, from ancient forests to industrial might. Long before Tampere rose to prominence, the land was home to Finland's indigenous Sami people and later Finnish tribes who lived with the rhythm of the lakes and forests. For thousands of years, the rushing waters of Tamerkoski have drawn humans to this place, for fishing, for settlement, for survival. The modern story of Tampere begins in 1779, when King Gustav III of Sweden granted a charter for a new town on the banks of the rapids. It was a brilliant choice of location. The Tamerkoski provided a powerful, reliable source of energy, and the two large lakes created natural transportation routes. In the 19th century, Tampere exploded into life as Finland's first great industrial city. Textile mills, paper factories, and metalworks rose along the rapids, their red brick walls glowing in the morning light, their chimneys marking the skyline. Workers flooded in from the countryside, filling the city with the sounds of hammering, weaving, and the lively chatter of new lives being built. Tampere was soon dubbed the Manchester of Finland, a proud, bustling, smoky city of industry and innovation. It was here that Finland's working class began to find its voice, leading to pivotal moments in the country's labor movement and political history. Yet even in those gritty early days, Tampere was never just about work. It was a place of art, music, and imagination, where dreams sparked in the midst of toil. The heartbeat of Tamerkoski. Walk through central Tampere today, and you can still feel the pulse of history along the Tamerkoski Rapids. The old factory buildings have been lovingly preserved and repurposed. Red brick giants like Finlayson, Tampella, and Frenkel no longer churn out textiles or turbines. Instead, they house museums, restaurants, theaters, and startups. Cafes spill out onto the old cobbled streets where factory girls once hurried to their shifts, and art galleries nestle behind heavy industrial doors. The rapids themselves remain a living artery, rushing, churning, ever-moving. Bridges span the water, linking the two halves of the city like threads stitching together a quilt of past and future. Nearby, The Breathtaking Museum Center stands as a testament to Tampere's love of knowledge and culture. Housed in a former machine shop, Breathtaking holds an eclectic mix of exhibitions: history, natural science, technology, and art, all cohabiting under one roof, just as they do in the life of the city itself. A city of lakes and ridges. Beyond its industrial past, Tampere is defined by its stunning natural surroundings. Few cities in the world are so beautifully situated. To the north lies Lake Näsijärvi, vast, deep, stretching to the northern horizon. To the south, Lake Pyhäjärvi, smaller, warmer, more intimate. Between them flows Tammerkoski, tumbling down a series of drops over less than a kilometer. On the western edge rises Painikki Ridge, the world's largest gravel esker formed by glacial movement thousands of years ago. It is a place of winding trails through tall pines, of mossy undergrowth and sudden glimpses of glittering water far below. Climb the Painikki Observation Tower, a modest, friendly stone structure, and you'll be rewarded with one of the finest views in Finland. In every direction, green forests, blue lakes, red rooftops, and the endless Nordic sky. The cafe at the tower's base is famous for its monkey, Finnish donuts, warm, sugary, and thick with the scent of cardamom. No visit to Tampere is complete without one. In Tampere, nature is not something separate from the city. It is the frame, the foundation, the soul. Innovation in the modern age. Though the smoke has cleared from the old factory chimneys, Tampere has lost none of its spirit of innovation. Today, the city is a center of technology, research, and education. Tampere University and Tampere University of Applied Sciences are major forces, attracting students from all over the world. Fields like information technology, biomedical engineering, and game development thrive here. In fact, Tampere is a quiet powerhouse in the gaming industry. Companies like Remedy Entertainment, the creators of Max Payne and Control, trace their roots to Tampere's lively, imaginative tech scene. Smart city solutions, sustainable urban development, robotics, all are being pioneered in Tampere's labs, offices, and co-working spaces. The old industrial DNA has simply evolved, from textiles and machines to pixels and clean energy. Yet amid all the cutting-edge research and innovation, Tampere remains deeply human. Here, technology serves life, not the other way around. Solutions are designed with a focus on community, environment, and well-being, a reflection of Finnish values at their finest. The stage for the soul. Tampere breathes culture. It is home to Finland's oldest working theater, the Tampere Theatre, and its largest professional theater, the Tampere Workers' Theatre. The city hums with performances, drama, musicals, avant-garde experiments, and everything in between. The Tampere Hall, the largest concert and conference center in the Nordics, hosts symphonies, opera, ballet, and international stars. Nearby, the Moomin Museum, the only one of its kind in the world, enchants visitors with the whimsical world of Tove Jansson's beloved characters. Tampere's festival calendar is packed and joyful. The Tampere Film Festival brings filmmakers from around the world to celebrate the art of the short film. The Tammerfest Music Festival turns the city into a rock and roll carnival every summer. The World of Tango Festival explores the melancholic rhythms that somehow seem to fit the Finnish soul perfectly. Even the city's walls and alleys are alive with art. Street art festivals have turned drab concrete into vibrant murals, each one a window into imagination. People apart. Tampereans, or Tamperelaiset as they are called, are a distinct breed. There is a particular dry humor here, a love of directness and simplicity. Tampereans are known for being proud of their city but without arrogance, warm but reserved, practical but imaginative. The city's identity is tied to its working-class roots. Even as Tampere has grown wealthier and more cosmopolitan, it retains a down-to-earth charm. It is a place where success is measured not just in money or status, but in authenticity, creativity, and contribution to the community. Perhaps nowhere is the Tampere spirit more evident than in its beloved ice hockey culture. Teams like Tappara and Ilves inspire fierce loyalty, and games at the Nokia Arena pulse with energy, camaraderie, and passionate debate. Tampereans know how to work hard, they know how to fight for what they believe in, and they know how to enjoy life, whether in a sauna by the lake, a crowded rock club, or a quiet forest trail. Saunas, ice, and fire. If there is one institution that defines Tampere more than any other, it is the sauna. Tampere proudly calls itself the sauna capital of the world, and with good reason. The city boasts dozens of public saunas, ranging from sleek modern facilities to rugged, wood-fired sanctuaries. Perhaps the most famous is Rovaniemi, perched on the shore of Lake Näsijärvi. Here, after a blistering session in the hot, smoky sauna, you can plunge into the icy lake, an experience that is both shockingly intense and profoundly life-affirming. Or visit Rajaportti sauna in the Paspala district, the oldest public sauna still operating in Finland. Step through its heavy wooden doors, and you step back in time to a simpler, slower world where steam, sweat, and silence wash away the cares of modern life. In Tampere, sauna is not a luxury. It is a necessity, a ritual, a meeting place, a way of being. It captures something essential about the city itself: warmth in the cold, community amid individuality, tradition fused with resilience. Vantaa, the gateway of dreams. When people think of Finland, they often think of Helsinki, the bustling capital. But just to the north, nestled like a quiet guardian between forest and sky, lies another city, Vantaa. A city of connections, of ancient history and new beginnings. A city where the past whispers from the fields and forests, even as airplanes roar overhead, carrying dreams to and from every corner of the world. Vantaa is not just a place you pass through on the way to somewhere else. It is a world of its own, alive with stories, possibilities, and surprising beauty. Where the earth remembers. Long before modern Vantaa took shape, this land was home to ancient Finns, hunters, gatherers, and farmers who lived by the rhythm of the earth and sky. Archaeological finds show settlements in Vantaa dating back to the Stone Age, over 7,000 years ago. Tools, pottery, bones, quiet reminders that people have always called this place home. Vantaa's soil is rich with history. Beneath suburban streets and shopping malls, ancient paths still linger, invisible but enduring. Rivers like the Karavanjoki have been lifelines for centuries, their gentle curves guiding trade, travel, and settlement long before there were roads or rails. Even today, in the quiet of early morning mist, you can feel it, that deep, earthy memory humming beneath your feet. From farmlands to flight paths. For most of its long history, Vantaa was a patchwork of small villages and farms. Names like Tikkurila, Hikaharju, and Majermaki tell tales of sand ridges, meadows, and fields. Life was slow, grounded in the turning of seasons, sowing, harvesting, enduring the cold, celebrating the light. But the 20th century changed everything. In 1952, the Helsinki-Malmi airport, which had served Finland's aviation needs, could no longer keep up. A new, bigger airport was needed. And so, in the fields of Vantaa, Helsinki Airport, now Helsinki-Vantaa Airport, was born. It was like a spark in dry grass. The airport became a magnet for development, jobs, and growth. Railways and highways followed, connecting Vantaa not only to Helsinki but to the entire world. Today, the airport is Finland's beating heart of international travel, a beautiful, humming city within a city, alive with languages, faces, and stories from every continent. But Vantaa is more than just an airport. Much more. The city of many faces. Officially declared a city in 1974, Vantaa has always been a mosaic rather than a monolith. Its neighborhoods are like different worlds woven together. Some old, some brand new, some busy and urban, others quiet and green. Tikkurila is the historic heart, where you'll find city services, schools, libraries, and culture. It is a place where modern glass buildings rise beside century-old villas. Majermaki, in the west, hums with life, shopping centers, sports facilities, and residential blocks intertwined with parks and trails. Corso and Koivikila offer a more suburban feeling with leafy streets and family homes. Aviapolis, near the airport, is futuristic, a hub of business parks, hotels, and innovation, forever growing and changing. Each part of Vantaa has its own flavor, its own rhythm, yet they are bound together by something invisible and strong, a shared identity built on movement, openness, and resilience. Vantaa is a city that embraces difference in people, ideas, and dreams. Nature hidden in plain sight. At first glance, Vantaa might seem like pure suburbia, shopping centers, highways, commuter trains flashing past. But slow down, look closer, and you'll find nature all around, hidden in plain sight. Sipinkorpi National Park, on the eastern edge, is a wild, untamed world of ancient forests, marshes, and mossy rocks. Step into its shadows, and the noise of the city falls away, replaced by the whisper of leaves and the calls of unseen birds. Kusarjärvi is another jewel, a beloved spot where locals swim, hike, and sauna all year round. In summer, the lake sparkles with life, children splashing, friends laughing on the sand, dragonflies skimming the water. In winter, the bravest among them cut holes in the ice for a shocking, exhilarating plunge after a hot sauna. Then there's the Karavanjoki River, winding its way through the city like a silver thread. Trails follow its banks, where joggers, cyclists, and wanderers move between city and wilderness with every step. In Vantaa, nature is not a separate world. It is woven into daily life, a constant, breathing companion. The pulse of innovation. Vantaa is not just old villages and natural beauty. It is also a city looking boldly toward the future. Aviapolis, centered around the airport, is one of Finland's fastest-growing business districts. It is home to logistics companies, tech startups, hotels, and conference centers. Here, innovation is tangible. Ideas move as quickly as planes across runways. Vantaa dreams big, but it also dreams smart. A cultural kaleidoscope. What does Vantaa sound like? It sounds like dozens of languages spoken in a bustling market square. Like laughter from a multicultural festival. Like the rhythm of a live band echoing through a summer evening. Vantaa is one of Finland's most diverse cities. Around 20% of its residents have a foreign background, and that number is growing every year. Somalis, Russians, Estonians, Iraqis, Vietnamese, Syrians, and many more have brought their traditions, foods, songs, and stories to Vantaa streets and neighborhoods. The city celebrates this richness. Events like the Vantaa Festival and Tikkurila Festivali bring people together through music, art, and dance. Cultural centers and libraries host exhibitions, language cafes, and workshops that bridge worlds and build community. In Vantaa, diversity is not a challenge to overcome, it is a treasure to be embraced. Whispers of the sacred. Hidden among Vantaa's suburban landscape are places of quiet, almost sacred beauty. The Church of St. Lawrence, dating back to the 15th century, is the oldest building in Vantaa. A sturdy, peaceful stone church that has witnessed centuries of change. Its thick walls and wooden pews tell of weddings, funerals, wars, and celebrations, all the joys and sorrows of human life. City of everyday heroes. Vantaa is not flashy. It doesn't clamor for attention. Its beauty is quieter, found in everyday moments and everyday people. It's the bus driver greeting each passenger with a nod on a freezing morning. It's the teachers patiently shaping young minds in multicultural classrooms. It's the nurses, the electricians, the chefs, the cleaners, the countless hands that keep the city running smoothly and gracefully. It's the families gathering in parks on sunny Sundays, the teenagers skateboarding in plazas, the old couples strolling hand in hand along the river. Vantaa's heroes are its people, ordinary, extraordinary, wonderfully human. The place between journeys. Most travelers first meet Finland through Vantaa, stepping off planes into the cool air, blinking at the wide Nordic sky. For many, Vantaa is a threshold, a first impression, a beginning. And perhaps that is fitting. Vantaa itself is a place of beginnings. It is a city between journeys, between the ancient and the new, the natural and the built, the local and the global. A place where every street, every path, every flight, is a thread in a vast, intricate web of life. Vantaa doesn't demand that you stay forever. But if you do, you may find that it wraps itself around your heart, quietly, steadily, like a river carving its course through stone. Oulu, the city where the north breathes. There is a magic to the north, a crispness in the air, a clarity of light, a feeling that life is somehow closer to its raw, essential beauty. And there, where rivers meet the sea and the seasons weave a vivid tapestry of cold and color, stands Oulu. A city unlike any other. A place where innovation hums alongside ancient forests, where winter darkness births creativity, and where every step seems to echo with both history and hope. Oulu is more than a place on a map. It is a rhythm, a feeling, a deep breath of the north. The story carved by water and time. Oulu's story begins, as all great stories do, with nature itself. At the meeting place of the Ulujoki River and the vast Gulf of Bothnia, people have lived for thousands of years. Archaeological finds show that hunters and fishers built settlements here as early as the Stone Age, drawn by the abundance of fish, fertile land, and the rich waterways that led inland. The name Oulu likely comes from an old Sami word meaning floodwater, fitting, for this is a city shaped by the restless dance between river and sea. It is also a city shaped by trade. By the early Middle Ages, Oulu was an important site for commerce between inland tribes and seafaring merchants. Tar, timber, and salmon flowed out to the wider world from this northern frontier. In 1605, under the orders of King Charles IX of Sweden, Oulu was officially founded as a town, a fortress against rival powers, and a gateway for wealth. Its early years were marked by fires, wars, and rebuilding, a rhythm of destruction and resilience that would come to define Oulu's spirit. Through it all, Oulu grew. Not quickly, not easily, but steadily, like a tree rooted deep in northern soil. A city of light in a land of ice. To live in Oulu is to understand the seasons not just as weather but as entire ways of being. In summer, Oulu basks in the glory of the midnight sun. For weeks, the sun barely dips below the horizon. The sky glows with endless light, painting the world in golds and silvers. People come alive in the warmth, picnicking by the river, kayaking through sparkling waters, dancing at festivals that last long into the night. But then comes the long, dark winter. Snow falls thick and soft, blanketing the world in white silence. Temperatures plunge. Daylight becomes a fleeting thing, precious and short. Yet winter is not a time of sorrow here. Oulu meets winter with joy, with ice swimming in frozen rivers, with cross-country skiing trails that weave through woods and parks, with glowing Christmas markets and saunas filled with laughter. It is during these long months that Oulu's true soul shines brightest. Resilient, inventive, warm against the cold. To live here is to find beauty in contrasts, in light and darkness, in fire and ice. The spirit of innovation. It would be easy to imagine Oulu as a quiet, traditional town, a frozen outpost at the edge of the world. But that would be a mistake. Oulu is one of Finland's great engines of innovation. In the late 20th century, something extraordinary happened here. Technology bloomed. Led by companies like Nokia, Oulu transformed into a global center for telecommunications, electronics, and information technology. Laboratories buzzed with experiments, classrooms filled with young minds eager to shape the future. Today, the Oulu Innovation Alliance drives research in everything from 5G networks to smart health technologies. Startups flourish alongside tech giants. The University of Oulu, with its sprawling campus and cutting-edge programs, feeds the city with fresh ideas and ambition. Innovation is not just about business here. It's about mindset. Oulu dreams big, even from the quiet edge of the Arctic. It dares to believe that from this cold land, wonders can arise. The heartbeat of community. For all its technological prowess, Oulu remains, at its heart, deeply human. This is a city of neighborhoods, each with its own spirit. Tuira, once industrial, now filled with parks and cozy cafes. Halihaka, a riverside gem where modern apartments look out over the slow, glimmering water. Hinta and Kaijanharju, where students, families, and longtime residents mingle amid green spaces. Life here moves at a human pace. Bicycles outnumber cars. Markets bustle with fresh berries, fish, and handmade crafts. Families picnic on riverbanks, even in the chilly winds of early spring. Neighbors greet each other by name. In the summer, the parks and beaches come alive with festivals, concerts, and laughter. In the winter, the glow of homes and cafes spills out into the snowy streets like a promise. You are never alone here. Oulu teaches a deep lesson, that community is not built by grand gestures, but by 1,000 small kindnesses, day after day, year after year. Nature's close embrace. Nature in Oulu is not something separate, a distant wilderness outside city limits. It is part of daily life. The Hupizaret Islands in the heart of Oulu are a green labyrinth of streams, footbridges, and gardens. Here, you can stroll among birch trees, visit a tiny greenhouse full of butterflies, or simply listen to the birds sing above the river's flow. The Nalikari beach offers wide sands and an endless horizon, a northern Riviera where people swim under the midnight sun and brave icy waters in autumn. Forests weave through and around the city, threaded with walking and cycling paths. In minutes, you can leave behind urban bustle and find yourself surrounded by whispering pines and the soft crackle of snow underfoot. Nature is not a retreat here. It is a companion. It teaches patience, resilience, and wonder, qualities that run deep in Oulu's soul. The dance of culture and creativity. Despite its northern remoteness, Oulu hums with cultural energy. The Oulu Music Festival brings classical masters and rising stars to the stage every year. The Air Guitar World Championships, held annually, celebrate joyful absurdity, as contestants from around the globe mime guitar solos with wild, hilarious passion. The city's theaters, like the Oulu City Theatre, stage bold productions that range from Nordic classics to experimental new works. Museums, like the Northern Ostrobothnia Museum, tell stories of the land and its people, from ancient Sami culture to modern innovation. Public art pops up everywhere, sculptures in parks, murals on walls, even light installations that transform winter darkness into radiant color. Oulu understands that culture is not a luxury. It is a necessity, a lifeline during dark months, a spark of joy and connection in every season. Oulu's children, the future carriers of light. The children of Oulu grow up in a city that believes fiercely in education and possibility. From early childhood, they are taught to embrace technology, creativity, and curiosity. Libraries offer not just books but 3D printers, music studios, and workshops. Schools emphasize critical thinking and problem solving, preparing students not just for exams but for life. Outdoor learning is common. Science classes held in forests, art projects in parks, history lessons along the river's edge. Children here learn resilience, not from lectures, but from living through real winters, real challenges, real triumphs. They are the light bearers of the future, shaped by a city that dares to dream beyond the horizon. City of bridges, between worlds. Oulu is, in many ways, a bridge. A bridge between nature and technology, between tradition and innovation, between isolation and global connection. It is a city that thrives at the edge, not despite its remoteness, but because of it. Here, people learn to find beauty in simplicity, strength in community, wonder in the ordinary. Here, the long winter nights are not feared but embraced as a canvas for stars, stories, and dreams. Oulu does not shout its greatness. It simply lives it, quietly, steadily year after year. A final breath, the soul of the north. If you stand by the banks of the Olujoki at twilight, when the sky melts into indigo and the first stars prick the velvet darkness, you can feel it, the heartbeat of the north. It is slow, steady, eternal. It speaks in the rush of water, the cry of distant birds, the crunch of snow under careful feet. It hums in the laughter of friends gathering in warm cafes, in the silent dreams of inventors in small workshops, in the songs carried on winter winds. Oulu is not just a place you visit. It is a place you feel deep in your bones long after you have gone. It teaches you how to endure, how to wonder, how to breathe with the rhythm of the seasons, with the rhythm of life itself. And once you have felt it, you are never quite the same again. For you too, carry a piece of Oulu's light wherever you may go. Finland is a land where nature's beauty is unparalleled, from its serene snow-covered forests to the midnight sun that bathes the country in golden light. Whether it's the tranquil lakes reflecting northern skies, the fiery hues of autumn, or the quiet embrace of its endless wilderness, Finland offers a stunning array of landscapes. Cities like Helsinki blend culture and innovation, while the countryside invites exploration through places like the majestic Lapland and the enchanting Saimaa Lake District. The beauty of Finland isn't just in what you see, it's in the peaceful, unspoiled nature, the warmth of its people, and the deep connection between land and spirit. Finland is more than a destination, it's an experience, a place where nature's quiet beauty invites you to pause, breathe, and feel connected to the world around you.